One of the most famous cases in America involving trucking is a case called Sperl versus C.H. Robinson Worldwide. And in that case, I represented a couple. They were in that crash. It was a very serious crash. In that crash, the driver of the vehicle at a high rate of speed just went right into stop traffic. I'm grateful that my client saw the truck driver coming his way, and he was able to pull to the right a little bit before the truck hit him, and I think it spared his life. Unfortunately, the crash killed 2 other people and permanently injured my client. That case, we were hired within a day or 2 of the crash and became an odyssey of a case from the beginning to the end. When we first got the case, it was the typical type of situation in which you had a lot of damage in the wake of a driver who had been driving excessively. That is way over the number of hours that they were allowed to drive a big 18-wheeler. They were coming from Idaho with a big load of potatoes, and they're coming through Illinois, and we're on Route 55. It was never proven, but I think she fell asleep at the wheel, and that's what caused this crash. From the moment I was hired, we were told that the truck driver and her company, which was kind of a fly-by-night company, did $1 million worth of insurance coverage, and that was going to be it. What was going to be paid to the 2 estates of the wrongful death cases, as well as my client. And that was it. And settled the case, and we're done. From the beginning in that case, my whole goal was to follow the money and to find out exactly who was benefiting from this transaction, which company was the one that was orchestrating it, which is the one that was actually controlling the transaction from the beginning to the end, how we could establish a case against that company that was actually making money off of this, and thousands, if not millions, of similar type of shipments. So I ended up bringing a case against a company called C.H. Robinson, which is a company out of Minnesota that they call themselves a broker. Under their website and other documents filed is they basically put drivers and companies together. It's like a matchmaking service almost. Whereas if you're in Florida and you have an empty truck, you can call up C.H. Robinson, and they'll match you with a load to go pick up in Florida and take it somewhere else. Well, that's what happened here, is that this company matched up with C.H. Robinson, and they found this load of potatoes in Idaho, and they went and picked it up, and they drove it all the way to Illinois, and that's where the crash happened. So we brought a case against C.H. Robinson all the way through discovery, trial court, and all the way through the appellate court. And there's an opinion called Sperl versus C.H. Robinson Worldwide, Inc., that has become one of the most cited cases in transportation history. I'm proud of the fact that we were able to get a verdict in that case for our clients. They were really brave people. Well, let me tell you a little bit about them. The driver of the vehicle and the one that got hurt, he is a really good guy. He was hurt really, really bad at the scene. Was within 3 months, he went back to work in a wheelchair and was working in a wheelchair for months, trying to provide for his family and his lovely wife. So they would take shifts. One would work during the day and one would work at night. And they did that for years to provide for their kids. And they were very brave. They received lowball offers throughout the litigation, and they decided, no, we want to go to trial. We want to make sure this never happens to anybody else. And they were brave. They did it. And at the end, the jury set a record for the biggest verdict in Will County. And it was. I'm grateful to that jury. I'm grateful to the judge. I'm grateful for the court system that they listened to all the evidence and understood exactly what was going on there. And the principle of the case is this. It was mainly a case about agency. That is, in Illinois, agents are folks that work for principals. And so principals, which are a big company, for example, is if they control the agent or have the right to control that agent, they can be liable for the tortious or negligent acts of their driver. And in this case, what we were able to prove is that this negligent driver who basically, fixed her books and drove too many hours was actually controlled by C.H. Robinson from the beginning to the end. And if you just Google the word Sperl and C.H. Robinson, you'll come up with the opinion. You can read it for yourself. All the work that went into that, as far as finding out exactly how the whole business transaction worked, how they had the right to control this driver, and they controlled her throughout, through a number of different ways, including making sure that these potatoes were kept at a certain temperature during the whole trip, making sure that she reported daily to them exactly where the load was. There was a system in place where they could fine her if she didn't meet certain time quotients or performance quotients. And so all of those things went into whether or not they had a right to control. And so I'm very happy the jury in that case was able to come to the right, just result in that case, because that was something that never really ever needed to happen. His driver had been following the rules, had taken the brakes. She wouldn't have fallen asleep at the wheel or lost control of the vehicle going 65, 70 miles an hour into stop traffic and caused the mayhem that she caused. So I'm grateful for that jury that came up with that result. So I'm grateful for that jury that came up with that result. So I'm grateful for that jury that came up with that result.